Hello, I'm Rock Roberts. I'm one of the co-hosts of Game On Radio. I'm starting a new vlog. It's called The View from Rock Bottom, where I give my own personal insights away from the radio show on different aspects of video game and video game industry. Today is the 21st of February. Last night at 6 o'clock Eastern Time, Sony announced the upcoming release of the new console, the PS4. It was about 2 hours long. It was a very good presentation. It showed a lot of gameplay footage from some interesting games that are coming out for it. And they also showed off the new controller, which if you watched the Game On Radio on YouTube, then you saw the prototype, which is pretty much the exact same thing, except it's more of a dulled down version. The prototype is compared to the actual real version. The main reason why I'm doing this is because people have asked me, what's my opinions, what's my take on it all? Well, my opinion is this. After listening to just the specs and what the PS4 can do, not really focusing that much on the game side of things, as far as what's coming out and whatnot, I like what I hear. I like what I saw. There's a few aspects of the PS4 that I'm not really comfortable with. Star Slayer had actually mentioned this, the game takeover concept, which is where I don't have a problem with people watching me play video games. I don't have a problem with that at all. What I do have a problem is, even though I'm having a hard time playing a video game at one particular spot, that somebody can just take over the controller, and I can't do nothing about it. I'm not a big fan of that at all. I like to be in control of my game 100%. And if I ask for their help, then yeah. I don't know if this is going to be where the system has to ask you for permission, or if it's an option in the settings where you can turn on and off. You can toggle on and off to have that feature in there. I'm not too sure. But if it's just automatic, regardless of what you're playing, then I do not like it. Anybody can come in and play a practical joke and ruin your game, and you could be on a really good roll, or you haven't saved in a while and you're about to hit a save point. You just got done fighting a big boss, and boom, there's another one right afterwards, and they want to play a practical joke on you, and you die. You gotta go all the way back. I'm not a big fan of that at all. So them adding that feature on is a cool concept, but they better have an ability to turn that off. Also, something that I would like to see, I'm not too sure if they mentioned it or not, but it goes along with that same thing, is asking for help. You're having trouble with a certain boss, certain level, puzzle, hit the share button, boom, a beacon goes out requesting for help from your friends. They have the game, boom, or whatever, however it's going to be set up. Either they have to have the game as well, which is what I'm figuring is going to have to be, because otherwise I could have Final Fantasy 14, A New Realm Reborn, which is slated to come out for the PS4 this fall. I could have that game, but a friend of mine don't, and they want to play it. So, I can toggle, or I could request help, and they can pretty much play the game on my system while I'm gone or something. I'm pretty sure it's going to be where they have to have the game as well. But still, my point being is, it'd be nice if you can send out a beacon to request help. They're talking about, one of the cool features that they was talking about was the cloud gaming, as well as the way that they're going to do downloaded games. Because you always start off with the 1%, or not 1%, but you always start off with a little amount of data. If your internet connection is fairly decent, by the time you get to the 2% or 5% of what you'd already downloaded, you should have already downloaded another 10 or 20%. So you should never really just stay right there with the amount that you've downloaded. And I think that's cool that they'll allow you to play the game as it's downloading. Another feature that they were talking about was where the PS4 monitors what you play, what you like, what you don't like, how much time you put in towards a game, stuff of that nature, and it monitors that, and it sends out suggestions, kind of like the 360 does. And but they said it could have the game automatically downloaded to your system before you even press the buy button. That is kind of scary. I don't like the idea of having a game that I haven't even tried yet already on my system. It might use up too much memory. You know, they didn't mention how they were going to do the hard drives this year, or the forms of memory. It does come with 8 gigs of RAM on board, but as far as, you know, saving memory, as far as the hard drive goes, they didn't mention anything that I know of, and I don't know if they're gonna have it interchangeable like the 360s is. I hope that they do. I think, as me and Wildfood had talked about, it was kind of a smart strategy to not have that feature in the PS3, because if you needed more memory, you simply had to go out and buy another system. You know, get PlayStation Plus, put all your saved files in the cloud or whatever it's called, and then just transfer them over to the new system. That was smart, but I think people got tired of it fast, especially when 360 started rolling out. Oh, well, here's, you know, you have your 20 gig. Oh, here's a 40 gig. Oh, here's a 60 gig. Oh, here's 120. Here's a 250 gig hard drive. Here's 350. You know, and I think it even went up to 500 at one point. I'm not too sure, but you know, interchangeable hard drives is something that I would really like to see on the PS4. Other than that, you know, cloud gaming, day one download games, you know, day one release for download. You know, that's stuff that we're seeing now. I mean, they have it everywhere. Like they had Assassin's Creed, you know, day one digital. You know, no, that's nothing really new. They are integrating. You know, they said, oh, Netflix and Hulu is going to be part of that. That's nothing new either. My PS3 has it all. They're going to probably go more social media on us than we've seen with the PS3. They talked about having a I don't want to call it like a Connect type deal, but I could possibly be wrong with that. But when I saw it and when they was explaining it to me on the video, I felt like it was like the Connect, where it's like an iToy type deal, but it senses how far away the controller is and what's in the room and how you move the controller and whatnot with the blue light bar. So that's the feature I kind of want to see more of, and I think we will. I think we're gonna get to see a whole lot more come E3 this year. I think E3 is going to provide a lot of new information that we don't know. It's going to shed the light on information that we think we know, and it's going to probably squash a lot of rumors that we think we know as well. No mention of the game lock feature that there's been rumors circulating for the last couple of years, where one game is for that system only. You can't play a used game, or you have to buy a certain key code to unlock the full game if you buy a used game. There was nothing on that that I know of. So it's kind of cool. I'm really excited. They didn't drop a price that I know of either, but I'm looking more as around the $499 to $529 ordeal with this, especially with the controller, the amount of power it has. They said it's powerful, but it's more simpler, which is something that's going to be cool to see. What me and Wafu had discussed was it was really difficult for game designers to just publish for the PS3 because of the coding for it. And it was very different than anything that they had seen. It was kind of like the Dreamcast, whereas it was hard. Not as hard as the Dreamcast, but it was hard. So they'd rather just code for the PS3, upscale it a little bit, and release it on the PS4 as well. So I don't think we ever saw the full potential of the PS3, and I think there's a possibility that we can. So I'm excited, and I'm waiting for E3 to see what they come out with, as well with Microsoft, see what their new innovation is going to be. The new Kinect, I think, is going to be talked about along with the new system. They're both rumored to drop holiday this year. PS4 is no longer a rumor; it's out there. It's dropping holiday. They announced it last night. So, holiday 2013. So, yeah. Thanks for tuning in to a view from Rock Bottom. Thanks.